Spirituality is personal. If your spirituality isn't based on you being successful, then you need to work on it. We all need help to get to this success, but we can't be attached to the helper. Don't be attached to the road on the way there and getting good. No, you're supposed to be good. Like, that's what we take for granted, that we're supposed to be good. A lot of us, we grow up in environments where people don't expect the best out of us. They don't hold us to high standards and higher courts, but we can be. We can be good. That's why you gotta hold yourself accountable. Like I tell you, the dumbest thing in the world, the dumbest person in the world is someone who's looking for someone to love them more than they love themselves. Like, if you're looking for someone to love you more than you love you, you lost it. You lost it. You're programmed. You're brainwashed. You can't see reality. There's no one that's going to do this for you. No one's going to drag you out of bed and take you to the bank. No one's going to drag you out of bed and take you to work. No one's going to drag you out of bed and live your dream, right? You got to want it. You got to need this. You got to appreciate this more than life, you know? Like, this to me, like, being the God is to be the creator. It's to be the sole creator, to be the sole influencer, to be the sole charge. Like, no one's to blame because I'm the charge. I'm the responsible one. I respond to my abilities. You see, this is how you got to think. Like, I understand it's not like, like, people don't know what fun is, People don't understand what fun is. Like, that's the beautiful thing about, like, what I did the other day. You know what I'm saying? What I will do more of that, but it's like, I really live the most spiritual life anybody could imagine. And I know it's hard for people to believe that shit. But as far as spirituality is concerned, I live it. And I've been living it, right? So it's like, how do you share to people spiritual goals? You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody's spiritual goal is different. Like, a lot of us, I hope, would just want more power. Once you get more power, you can determine your spiritual goals. You could determine your destination, you see? Because again, more power is more knowing. More power is more trusting. More power is more calling to yourself. That is what I want for you. That is what I want for me. That is what I want for my family, right? For us not to be in situations where we feel helpless. For us not to be in situations where we feel like there is no solutions. No, we know. We have power and we have the abilities. That's what I teach. That's what I talk about. That's what I live. I demonstrate it, And I think that that's what will help us. Because I've never said that the world is not right. I tell you, the world is made for the gods. The world is made for us. We are the ones. It's here for us. We are here to enjoy it. And again, like I say, you have to understand, I had a whole community of people that was sad and depressed and oppressed, and I never laid up. It was times where I had to get to their feeling, but I could never stop infusing them. I could never stop motivating them. I could never stop inspiring them and letting them know that they are gods. They are different. They control the power to change the world. They control the power to can change the minds and influence the hearts of these people. I never let up on them. I never gave them a chance to fall back into what they were. No, I kept moving into who they are, right? I kept them believing and knowing into what they can do, into what their effect is in the world. Because it's real. Again, sometimes a person, like, see, that's the thing. We don't understand that we get challenges in life to remind us of who we are and what we're not. We have to stay different. We have to stay different. We have to stay pushing, And that's my job. That's my goal. I'm here to challenge. I'm here to show you that it's more to your life. Everything that you want is possible. Everything that you want is accessible. It's waiting for you. Unfortunately, I don't have your dreams because it's yours. My dreams are waiting for me. Like, again, like I say, like, y'all have to understand how many of my friends have gotten married to the women I've introduced them to. How many people are excelling at jobs that I have put them on to, that I've introduced them to the boss and the owners, and this is what I'm here to do, bro. Like, again, I don't have a problem because I'm connected to source. I'm tapped into source. We all should be tapped into source. We're the gods. If you're tapped into source, you wake up with the power. So you want to, let me divvy some of this out. Let me pass some of this happiness around. This is the goal, right? This is what we're all here to do. And I know it's tough for people to feel that sense of, I'm here to make you happy. Like, that's probably the hardest thing that people can get about the sex video. You know what I mean? But the sex video is just as much spiritual as everything in life. Because if you're here to make people happy, everything is here to make people happy. Like masturbation, you're self-involved, right? So we think about sex as making people happy. Think about sex as charity, right? Mentally. That's how I approach everything in life. If you're not tapped in, tuned in, all of this stuff it makes no sense. That's why this is a life lesson for a God. This is a life lesson for a higher source being. You know what I'm saying? Like, I understand there are regular problems in the world. There are things that hold us back and people that tell us what we can't do, right? Project their anger, project their fear on us. But this is for the gods. This is not for people that think they're a god. You know what I mean? Like, hey, this is for the gods. This is for the ones in tune, the ones in the know that's ready to own it. Like, again, man, you can have a car and not be driving it. You know, like you can have access to things and not be fully taking advantage of it. So that's in this stage right here, let's take advantage of these abilities. You know? Like, I would like to say everybody that's a black man and a black woman could tap into this power. But the difficult level, the degree of difficult is what makes this thing hard. Like, that's what I'm saying about the boy Andrew Tate. Just like people want to do stuff that's easy, but nobody puts value in the easy stuff. Like, again, a fat ass is difficult. That's why they go pay thousands of dollars for it. If it was easy, if it was cheap, like $100, it wouldn't be a thing. The difficulty, the degree of difficulty, that's what separates niggas. You supposed to shoot for the stars. You supposed to want to be the best. It's the degree of difficulty. It's the value in it. It's what other people dare not do. Like I tell y'all, like, the difference between me and somebody else is that if I want to be a hero, I know the hero job starts when everybody else runs away. So you sitting here chilling. If a nigga could do it, a nigga could do it. Let him do it. But when can't nobody do it, that's time when the hero puts on his cape. It's the degree of difficulty. It's the value that's placed in the difficulty. You see what I'm saying? And that's the God. It's not for everybody. The difficult don't start. You know what I'm saying? Like, until the gods evolve. Like, that's when everybody else has to stop and sit down, take a seat, and watch the ones that know, the ones that trust, the ones that I am. There's the level, you know? And you have to choose your own levels and shit. Cause to me, like I say, like, that's what I need. I need to be able to use power. I need to be able to wield power. I need to be able to have strength. I need to be able to manifest my reality. Cause I know what the reality I was given ain't enough. I ain't gonna say it ain't right. I ain't gonna say it's wrong. I'm just gonna say it ain't enough. It doesn't complete my happiness, right? So my reality can be shifted and molded. See, a lot of us, like I tell you, we gotta fight through pain. We gotta fight through fear. A lot of this shit seem like it hurt. Seem like we can't do it. Seem like it's like, again, like, the illest thing in the world is pain. And a lot of us felt pain before. How does it feel? Do you remember it now? That's everything. That's the degree of difficulty in everything. That pain that you felt that you couldn't overcome and that you never think about now. That's the degree of difficulty. Like, I put up a video on Facebook from the other video about how I had to take a summer off, and that joint went so crazy they stopped showing the views on that joint. Cause sometimes you gotta take a summer off. It's the degree of difficulty. It's the hidden aspect. It's the work that the God did behind the closed the door. The work that the God did behind the closed door, that's the value. Like, again, you got to be working when nobody's watching. You got to be willing when nobody's watching. You got to be manifesting when nobody's watching. You got to be one when nobody's watching. That's what this is all about. This isn't about what they're giving you. What they're giving you is never enough. What they're giving you will never satisfy the difference. If you're regular, you're accepted. If you're different, you're upset. You're mad as fuck. I can do more. I deserve more. Life is great. I'm powerful. I am one. I am breathing. I am alive. I am in tune. I am tapped in. I mean, there is nothing but opportunity abounding and shit. Yeah, I know. I feel. I see. But guess what happens at the end of the day? I'll win. I'll win. I'll never stop. Tooth and nail. That's how you gotta live your life. And like I said, for the gods, we look for the degree of difficulty. We look for the thing that separates us from the boys, separates the men from the boys. If you don't want to be a man, if you don't want to be one, you don't want to be a god, that's okay. You have that choice. Like, people have choices to be perpetual, right? To live in a world where they are victims and what shit just happens to them and they don't have any power or control over the things that happen to them. You have that right. I choose to be different. I choose to fight back, right? I choose to control. I choose to manifest. Man, like yeah, like you have to get to a place where you want to enjoy your life. You know, that's the place where even I can say, even if you working to save the world, like that's why my whole life is the greatest spirituality and shit. I never cut corners with this shit. I never stopped being a real nigga. I never stopped getting money. I never stopped living life and enjoying it. I always stayed in tune. I always stayed tapped in. I never fell for the okie doke. You know, I never fell for what the stereotype is and what the stereotype will be, because that's all a fucking game. It's all a sham. Like, y'all have to understand. For me, I don't want to be in a box. You can't put me in a box. You can't, right? Because again, if you're putting me in a box, you're just giving me a job. Now I got a job. I got to think of how to get the fuck out of this box. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the reality of this shit. You know, hardcore. But yeah, man, this is man. I have learned the most from living life. Like, spirituality is more analyzation and reflection. Spirituality is more about what happens to you and figuring out why. I mean, of course, if nothing happens to you, how do you want something good to happen? Sex,